Hello everyone! Bonjour à tous!
Mabuhay!
Thank you, Richie, for that introduction and for all the work you do to represent the people of Mississauga, Streetsville, Filipino Canadians, and indeed all Canadians. It's great to be joined by so many members of other work to do other than celebrate with all sorts of friends.
Manay, smile manay.
My entire team has come out tonight.
With Justine Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada.
A number of ministers. As chair of the Filipino Liberal Caucus, Brian, has been great at stepping up for the community. Thank you so much for all your leadership, Brian. Specific shout out to Selma and Marco, amazing MC this evening. Thank you so much, guys. Selma, we're actually here in part because of you, because it was your motion back in 2018 that helped formally recognize June as Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. Je veux aussi, bien sûr, saluer l'ambassadrice de la République des Philippines, Maria Andreita S. Austria. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Martican and Senator Osler, whose steadfast advocacy for Filipino communities continue to inspire us all. Happy Filipino Heritage Month! On est déjà au 6e anniversaire du mois du patrimoine philippin qui célèbre votre histoire et votre culture. But we're not just here to celebrate Filipino culture and heritage, because every Filipino Heritage Month, we're actually also celebrating an integral and important part of Canadian heritage, Canadian identity, because that's what you bring to this country. This year, we're marking 75 years of diplomatic relations between Canada and the Philippines, for the relationship strengthened by our Indo-Pacific strategy, but built on economic cooperation and especially deep-rooted relationship between our two peoples. And actually, this relationship will only get stronger. Last year, I invited Bong Bong to come visit Canada. So the President Marcos is looking forward to visiting. We're looking forward to hosting him sometime in the future. The Filipino community is one of the fastest growing communities in Canada, with a diaspora nearly 1 million people strong. I know people don't like to talk about the pandemic anymore, but I want you to know that we remember the incredible sacrifices so many of this community made, stepping up for people in the most difficult and vulnerable moments. It really goes to the amount of heart and dedication in this community. You were there for your fellow Canadians, as volunteers, as nurses, as caregivers, as doctors, as community leaders, as small business owners, in all the different ways Canadians were there for each other. Filipino Canadians were leading the way. Filipino Canadians are one of the communities most impacted, however, by barriers to foreign credential recognition. If you're moving to Canada with previous nursing or healthcare expertise, we've seen far too many cases where you're not allowed to practice unless you go back to school, often having to balance raising kids and family with school and work. Well, we're changing that. We're removing barriers to foreign credential recognition and cutting licensing red tape. That means when you land in Canada, you can have the credentials to practice so you can join the workforce quicker. Earlier this month, we also released a new caregiver pilot program that will provide home care workers with permanent residence on arrival in Canada. This is all part of our government's work to make life better and fairer for every generation. We're building more homes faster with an incredible level of ambition, where we're pushing municipalities and provinces and regions right across the country to build more homes. We're investing in healthcare and making insulin and diabetes medication free. On a investi dans l'innovation, dans l'intelligence artificielle pour créer des bons emplois. We're creating diverse and inclusive spaces, including through our renewed anti-racism strategy. And we're helping the Filipino community share your own stories, including with the new Filipino Cultural Center in British Columbia. Hope and hard work, my friends. These are values that Canadians share, but they're also the values that Filipino Canadians exemplify each and every single day. So as we mark Filipino Heritage Month, let's keep working together to make sure all Canadians have fewer barriers, more opportunities, and that there is fairness for every generation. Merci tout le monde. Maraming
just saying.
So guys, our Prime Minister is currently having a photo with the rest of the members of the Parliament. So our members of Parliament faces are here right now.